Two guys from two worlds. This is the FlipSide. New episodes uploaded on YouTube every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, your hosts, Jay and Noel. Good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the FlipSide with Jay and Noel. Today, May the 6th, 8:57 a.m. Saturday here in the U.S., and it is 8:57 p.m. in the Philippines, where
in the future.
12 hours into the future.
Where we gladly practice Philippine time. Now, before you get on this whole rant again about how late I am in Philippine time, and can I explain?
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead. I'd like to hear this.
I mean, should I explain at the risk of sounding defensive, or can I just explain because it's a freaking podcast and I feel like talking?
Well, let's explain. At the risk of being defensive, also at the risk of looking like a complete AWOD. But yeah, sure. Let's go ahead. Go.
I'll start with an apology. Sorry to keep you waiting, but it was, part of the show. It's just to make things interesting and to piss you off.
My blood was close to at the boiling level. I hate being late. Explain yourself.
Where do I begin? So a couple of days ago, you and I had this little discussion. No, last night we had this little discussion about how, I kind of realized because maybe I tend to over-explain myself, I sound defensive. So I figured, I'll be a little late today so that I have something to explain.
So it's purposely done?
No, of course not. I'm kidding.
Of course not.
Saying that to piss you off. No, the usual thing, you think Waze tells you you're going to be home in an hour and a half. And then so you're comfortable to say that, hey, I'll be home in an hour and a half. Hour and a half later, you're still stuck in traffic and you feel like either taking a dump or eating at the same time. You're trying to figure out what to do next. And then I'm thinking Jason's going to be pissed off sitting around there waiting for me. So I figured, he can wait. I can go and eat first. But that's a long-winded, long story short, is just really a bad judge of time.
Right. Poor time management is what that is.
Poor time. It's the sun, man. I mean, not to make it sound like I'm making an excuse or being defensive or just trying to explain that you want to leave. Your watch is telling you to leave. Waze is telling you to leave. The map is telling you to leave. So you beat traffic. And then you step outside and the sun is so like in your face, really hot.
What time did you leave that the sun was still out? I mean, the pictures that you sent me was nighttime already and it was dark.
Oh, no, that was already like halfway, like 3/4 near the house already.
I see.
But here's the thing. I left like 2 o'clock on my way here. So I was...
No, you didn't. It took you 5 hours to get home?
Did it take us 5 hours to get home? Yeah, exactly. So we left the house. So I visited so we were in San Mateo. 41 kilometers away. You do the math on how far that is in miles. But usually when we go there, let's say at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, we're there like in an hour and a half.
Right.
Okay. That's like straight, no traffic, morning breeze kind of thing. Heading home. So I got to see my son. It was an uneventful visit, which is, how we'd like it to be. And so my son and I were like, it was funny because, one reason or another, we weren't allowed in the other house, but there was still Wi-Fi that reaches my phone, right? So my son was like, let's hang out in the front of the garage. We can still get the Wi-Fi there. And then I was like, okay, but I got to go once the sun starts to hit you and it's really hot. Okay. Not because I'm trying to be a hard ass about my phone, but it was just really hot. And, we were both out toasting on the road. Anyway, so that was about...
You mean you and KF?
Yeah, me and my son. So that was about 11:30, 12, lunchtime. So I left like at 12:15 to be exact, because somebody was waiting for me also. We got on the road, got hungry, had lunch about 1, 2 o'clock. So officially, when we started rolling towards Las Piñas, heading home, with our able to visit my son and then able to have lunch and then really head home, we were wheels turning, heading to Las Piñas at around 2 o'clock. Let's say 3. Because I was being late, we were slow or whatever. 3, 4, 5, 6. We were still on the road. Maybe I stopped a couple of times to go to the toilet. And then when I sent you that picture around 6:30, I was like, that's like too long on the saddle already. My butt really hurts. So I said, let's stop. Let's just make Jason wait. He can wait. He can get pissed off, but my butt can't take it anymore.
Right.
And so we just stopped. And then we were like, and then it was a road where I was like, oh, I like this road. There's a lot of places to stop and, a market here and there. It was like a little back street. But we've never really been there and stopped or eaten in any of the places there before. And then we saw a place.
Where was this already? Where was that stop? Like, what city was that at?
Are you familiar with Sucat, Bikutan, near the Laguna de Bay area? It's like a big body of water there.
No, not really. I'm sorry.
The parallel road across that is the west or east service road of South Superhighway. So we were going through the back streets. The service road doesn't have any markets in between,
right.
But here on sort of the back roads that we were passing at, there was a lot of markets, and I liked it because there's a lot of things going on. You can go shopping while you're stuck in traffic.
Right.
It's practically a drive-through. But I was like, no, my I really got to get off the saddle. I really got to get off the motorcycle. I was old man daddy pains.
Well,
so we stopped. And the highlight of the trip was, we were so hungry, we got the order, and it was the worst shawarma in the world that I've ever had.
You were messaging me about that. What makes it so bad?
So freaking oily. So when this is, I realized, so it's like a shawarma / tapsilog / milk tea kind of place.
Right.
When in doubt, if you've never tried the place and they have tapsilog,
right,
so tapa, sinangag, and itlog, that's tapsilog.
Right.
You've heard of that before, though, right?
Yeah. I've had that before. Come on.
You've heard of bangsilog?
Yeah, that's the fish. Bangus.
Sinangag. Okay. Well, no, because when I first heard that, I've never heard it before.
Okay.
Which is usually what happens when you hear something for the first time.
Yeah.
No, I was like 19 the first time I've heard of tapsilog. Anyway, bottom line of what I wanted to share, like a little lesson learned tonight. When in doubt, and if they have tapsilog or pares, just order tapsilog or pares. Don't order milk tea or Hungarian sausage or shawarma or any what's the word that they use when you're not familiar with whatever it is that you're eating.
Unfamiliar.
No, there's another fancy word for it. Not organic. Not. It's so. What's the word? It's
I don't
at the tip
know.
of my tongue.
I don't know.
Anyway, so if you're in the Philippines, always just order tapsilog.
Well, that's your first mistake there. You're ordering shawarma in a non-shawarma place type of restaurant. So that's your first mistake.
Exactly. It looked good on the. It looked good on the picture. I
look good in a picture. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
What's happening?
Come on, say hi.
What's the word? Okay, you don't know.
I want you to say hi. Come here.
It's so
My daughter is just won't say hi. She doesn't want to make an appearance right now.
The 2-year-old?
Yeah. She's 3 now. She's 3.
She's a 3-nager.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, if I may, indulge me here 1 second. I want to extend a happy birthday, belated happy birthday to my wife.
Hey.
Her birthday was May 2nd. She is now at the whopping age of 37 years old. Beautiful as always. As you can see right here. See, you never really look though. That's the problem.
Yeah, she doesn't look.
No, you don't read the sign.
She's on her 30s.
The sign right there. You never read it.
That's because I can't see it. It's so blurry.
Oh, Well, it's not that bad. It's right there. It says "Happy Birthday, Ace." Her birthday was
Happy
May 2nd, and
birthday,
she kind of
Aycee.
pointed that out to me. Belated
Love
happy
you.
birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sana all. Yeah, that's
Sana
cool. Like
all. I
you
don't
know,
even know.
I don't know if this is a compliment or
Oh,
an insult. Compliment or an insult being Asian and all, but whenever I see her, I get her confused with your daughter. So I'm,
who?
I'm not,
Ace?
yeah, I'm not sure who I'm talking to sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess that's an Asian compliment or
Kick-
insult,
uh,
however you might want to pick it.
yeah, I know I want to get back to it as soon as we're done talking about this ride of yours, okay? Because I got
Uh,
something I want to share about that.
yeah, you can stop me there anytime, but basically that's it. Thank you for being patient with me and being dedicated in doing this better late than never.
Well,
Um, but
it's not
yeah,
like I
sorry
have
to
a
keep you waiting.
choice. Somebody's got. Who else am I going to talk to here? You're the other person on the show. Obviously, if you're not there, I'm just staring at a blank screen.
I dare you to do a show by yourself.
Oh, don't try me. You dare me to do a show by myself?
I can't imagine you do it. I'm trying to
Ladies and
see if I
gentlemen,
can.
we have a couple of things here going on. Where Noel's going to do a show by himself, and then I'm going to do one by myself, just to get the experience.
You know, here's the thing. I was a radio DJ before, so I kind of don't have a problem
Oh
doing stuff
yeah.
on doing stuff on my own, as discussing that sound as that sounds. But I can put on a show by myself. But when you're a radio DJ, you only speak like 15, 30 seconds.
That's true. Imagine
And then
filling
I
in an hour.
and then I and then sometimes I talk to my. Are you familiar with, like, you have an iMac, right? Are you familiar with photo booth or any, like, the it's not Zoom, but you can record yourself on the camera kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
I mean a
you
little
can
bit.
you can vlog.
Yeah.
So I have like a little private sort of talk to myself diary kind of thing. It's like I don't always feel like writing. Sometimes I just want to
What
talk
a
to the,
narcissist.
because I can't afford the therapy session and I just want to vent out.
Right.
So uh, here's the thing that I wanted to say about that. If I did do a show by myself, I could fill in the hour by myself.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's going to be a pity party.
That's always the case, though, for the most part, for most people, you know? And I can totally picture you just spending an hour pitying yourself,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the sad part
questioning
about it.
everything you're doing.
So I know, right? Wasn't I always like that since high school? Didn't I always
Yes.
look like a pity party kind of fool?
Well, no, you weren't really a pity party thing, but you're always questioning yourself. That's the problem there.
Like
Ever
thinking
since
too
I've
much, right?
yeah, too much. But
Yeah.
it's gotten to be who you are. You know what I mean?
I don't it's not really exactly like, it's my comfort zone, but I don't really like it. I won't defend it. One last thing I want to share real
Oh,
quick. And I know it's been all about me for the past
I
15,
don't
30
care.
minutes or
Doesn't
however
matter.
long we've been doing this. I was talking to my son. He's 9 years old.
Right.
And he asked me, Dad, what's a NARC? and then I was like, so it's like wheels are turning in my head. Like, do I explain? Do I say what? So I was like, well, I think it's a shortcut for a couple of words. Either it means narcissist or it probably means, I was thinking diving, narcosis. Have you heard of the word narcosis? You can actually sort
Why
of get,
in the world would your son even think of that?
I know. Hold on, story's not
Okay,
done yet.
okay.
So he wanted to know what narc means. And I couldn't really explain what a narcissist is, although I've heard of the word before. So I said, but I know what narcosis is. And I figured I'd explain it to you, Jason.
Yeah.
You can actually sort of, quote unquote, get drunk on air when you're scuba diving. When you go deeper,
Yeah.
something on your head happens where it's almost like you drank tequila. And it's almost like one shot, two shots, three shots. The deeper you kind of go.
Correct. Because the pressure in your body gets more intense.
Yeah, like the gases in your body sort of gets screwed up, and you start to literally act drunk, and they call it, narcosis. So I was trying to explain that to my son, right? And he's like, no, that's not what I meant. But I was worried that he would, ask me what narcissism means. And he says, No. NARC, like a NARC officer. What's a NARC officer? I was like,
That's
woo,
that's a big jump.
dodged the bullet there.
Hmm. That was a
So,
big jump. Well, I mean,
but
you
of
did
course,
maneuver your way out of it, so that was pretty good.
yeah, try to skirt around it. But I brought it up to ask you also to make sure because I was sort of lying through my teeth when I was explaining it. A narc officer is like the investigator or police guy that looks for narcotics, right? Drugs, right? Like
Correct.
a
Correct.
okay, like DEA.
Right. But
Yeah.
the term narc itself is just somebody who is more like just somebody who patrols things.
Okay.
But
Right.
in regards to what kind of officer they are, the narc is like a narcotics type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was worried that, he'd ask me to explain what the other one is all about. But my first line of questioning while I was stalling and trying to buy myself more time, I was like, where'd you get that word from? Where'd you learn
I
that?
was just about to ask that.
I was thinking if he did mean narcissism, that's 4 syllables. I don't even know how to spell that. Where do you hear words like this? But I think I'll end it with this one. He's 9, turning 10 this year. Every time I meet him, I only see him 3, 4, let's say 6, 7, 8 hours a week
Right.
total. If I can maximize the Friday and the Saturday, I have the appreciation of sort of being away from him, and I see his growth, weekly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm amazed at how like this week, all of a sudden he's asking questions like what why do people need driver's license, or why do
Right.
like simple questions that you're like, that his head is turning. So I'm like, wow,
It's scary. He's getting to that age now where the curiosity is all over the place. It's off the charts. Next thing you know, he's asking
yeah.
about everything from like, what's this and that?
And the best part is he asks the question like this, and then his legs are like, Dad, why do you have to have a driver's license? It's
Just
so like,
really relaxed.
yeah, like with his legs crossed, and it's like Dad, why do you have to have a driver? It's
Right.
almost, but imagine we're sitting on the sidewalk, like on the street in front of his house. So sweet.
That's kind of nice. I can imagine that being a good father-son moment, you know?
That's yeah. You really appreciate moments like that.
Right.
And it's
right.
it's very like nonchalant, probably for someone that gets to live with and stay with their kid all the time. But I
Hold
tell
on
you,
one
man,
second. I'm sorry.
yeah, there she
What happened?
is.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
What? Say
She don't look too happy.
Why
is she whispering?
Say hi, Noel. Say hi. Right on the mic. Right on the mic. Okay, bye. Go to mama.
That's always a good commercial break when she
Yeah,
walks
sorry
in.
about that, guys. That's my little baby girl.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, but I could definitely picture you two just sitting on the sidewalk in the front stoop of the gate.
Yeah.
I've seen it on the video, so I can picture it. And I could just picture him just asking, "Why do you need a driver's license?"
Yeah. Yeah. Like just so mundane questions like that. Like I don't
Right.
remember. So what's a NARC officer? And what was this other question?
Hey, man,
Yeah, there
be
was just
careful because now he's at that age where he's gonna start asking about everything, and he's
yeah.
going to ask,
Oh,
why, always why.
no, they do that when they're like 5, right?
Well, no, but now it's worst.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
this one, the one that caught me off guard was I think he was thinking about his friends, and they're all sort of splitting schools now because they were classmates back in kindergarten, preschool, and then
right.
first and second grade, and then I think their classmates and him started changing schools and stuff. And his first question when I arrived, and he was in the street already waiting for me when I arrived. By the way,
Hmm.
he was like,
What
"Dad,
time did you get there?
like 9, late as 9:30, 10 o'clock, late as always. He woke up at 8, so he's been waiting for me for an hour and a half already. So I get there. It's like, Dad, were you depressed when you moved back? It's like, depressed? How do you even spell that? What does that even mean? Like, no, because you didn't have you something. He said something about not having friends or what. It's like, yeah, I didn't have any friends for a while, and then eventually I did have friends. And then it turns out, I guess he was relating it back to him because his friends started to move to, the U.S.,
Right.
UAE. What do you call that? Not Iraq. What's the Dubai
Dubai.
and Hong Kong, that kind of thing. So his classmates started to move out, and or he's changing schools or whatever. So we were talking about like depression and stuff. So that's my way of stalling the conversation when I don't really know the answer.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you even spell that? Where'd you learn that word? I'm really trying to figure out.
It's funny how these kids, the way their mind thinks nowadays, at the curiosity level, it's just ridiculously amazing. I'm so. Sometimes it's fun talking to them about stuff, especially when they're curious, but it gets a little bit too much. It gets pretty exhausting, to be honest with you.
And then so I'm still like, sa Tagalog ba, parang gigil na gigil. I'm still like, I want to explain it properly, because I'm a good dad kind of thing. Like, I want to be able to explain it. And he's like, yeah, all right. Okay. It's like, do you get it? Do you understand why someone needs a driver's license? Yeah, I don't need one.
Oh well. I was it's just funny how the number of times that I had an experience talking to kids that age, it surprises me still, even up to now. But the biggest thing, really, it gets exhausting. Talagang nakakapagod, Oo, kasi it's like never-ending questions, Paulit-ulit pa. Yeah.
I love it because he sounds like I'll talk to anyone that's willing to listen.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Or that wants to, that asks. But the problem with this guy is like when I explain too much, and I mean like, the Noel De La Rosa way of explaining things roundabout, like 15 seconds, 30 seconds is way not enough. He's like, are you done, Dad?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, this is important. Listen to me. I'm your dad. You shall not pass without understanding what a driver's license is all about. Listen to me because you're going to have an exam.
You need this for life.
Yeah. So there. What about you? What's been stirring your...
Well, I wanted to talk about this whole thing with my wife's birthday weekend. Her birthday was last weekend. All right.
You forgot?
I didn't forget it. I mean, it wasn't last weekend. It was a couple of days ago. It was Tuesday, May 2nd. Like I said, I didn't forget. I gave her literally the whole day. I took my daughter to school with me. I mean, to work with me. I gave her, I mean, she spent the whole day pampering herself. She went to get a haircut, nails did and whatnot. And she slept in and eat here, go out or whatever. She pampered herself,
Sounds like you're about to be defensive. Are you explaining yourself?
Yeah. Well, one, I don't understand, or I don't remember how freaking expensive it is to get your nails done. I don't get it. I mean, it takes these women, if you go to a nail salon, so it'll take them like, I don't know, an hour and a half, almost 2 hours just to do nails. They got to clean it, the cuticles and all that stuff. And then they got to dry. She was like telling me that she had fun. She had like her foot spa thing. At the same time, there was another lady doing her nails on the side.
You're asking me what it's all about?
No.
Is that a question?
No, it's not a question. It's just, I didn't realize how it could take like a long time for these women to do it when they go and do it, Like It took her maybe 6 hours to get a haircut and her nails done. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a long time, man. I didn't realize it takes that long, and then it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I wasn't complaining, and she deserves every single moment to pamper herself and whatnot. I was
I'm sure
having
you're
fun.
familiar. I'm sure you're familiar with the resorts that cater to exactly that kind of clientele, though,
Yes,
right?
like spas and all that stuff, but it's just insane. First of all, the cost is crazy, but the amount of time that you spend there, how much time can you spend just, I don't know, maybe I'm just hating too much. And then I think
In the
I'm a little
meantime,
jealous. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm a little jealous sometimes, to be honest with you. Okay,
jealous
like
of what? But hold on, I'm wondering. I gotta ask. You're bitching about 6 hours. What were you doing in those 6 hours?
well, no, I was hanging out with my daughter. I was playing with her. I took her. I only spent like 6 hours with my little daughter, the Aria, the one who she was just right here. I was
Uh-huh.
exhausted, exhausted. I
Of
took her to
course.
work. All right.
Never. She doesn't run out of battery.
No, it's insane. After the entire time in the office, she's running around from office to office. My co-worker had his dog in the office, so she's chasing the dog literally for like 4 hours straight, all over the office.
Did
You know. After that,
you ever get the dad? You're old. You get tired too fast.
no, but she calls me fat all the time.
I just got that one too.
she she'll literally smack my belly and like, you're fat, you're fat.
I don't want to distract you too much, but what? So what was your question, or what were you trying to get at? So you're waiting for 6 hours and you
No,
don't get
there's
it.
no question. It's just a general complaint, really, that it's taking too long. But I think it's more like me in a way. I'd like to experience that, to be pampered for that long. I don't think I
You
ever
don't.
have.
You don't.
No. I mean, I've gone to a spa to get a massage, but that's like what, an hour?
Okay.
That's it.
Hmm.
You know?
Like you don't binge watch on Netflix or HBO, or isn't that
Well,
kind of the same thing?
that's not like pampering yourself, I mean, that's just being lazy and laying down watching shows or whatever.
Not exactly. Not
Yeah.
exactly, but like like you're laid back on your sala in your living room, your bag of chips, Doritos, Lay's potato chips or whatever, and soda, and kind of veg out. That's how I imagine like going to a spa. That's that's my deal. That's my game.
Yeah,
Just
no. See, that's the thing though. Where people are actually catering to you to make you relax, that's like a spa moment type of thing.
mm,
Yeah. But and then on top of that, she's been, like I said, I think I'm a little jealous, She's been, so
yeah.
she's 10 years younger than me. Okay.
What do you mean?
My going out days is over. And when she goes out, she goes out. You know.
Okay.
She'll have girls' night outs with her friends and whatnot. And when they go out to the girls' night out, that's like dinners and drinks.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And she's been doing it a lot lately, which is fine. It's just I haven't gone out in a long time.
And you're talking about this on the podcast, which she listens to,
Yeah, she's
and
fine. She knows.
so
I
there
don't know.
that
Whatever.
she knows that you're jealous. She knows that you're complaining about it.
Yeah, but I'm complaining about it, but I'm not really complaining about it because she deserves it and it's okay. Like she's going out to dinner tonight with her friends, right? That's why we're recording right now. And then next weekend, 2 weeks after her birthday, she's going out with her friends again for her birthday dinner with her girls.
Oh, your husband's so cool. Like she lets you go. He lets you go out, and while we go out here and have a girls' night. Oh yeah, he's at home doing a podcast with his friend.
Just letting his daughter run around while he's doing a podcast.
If I were in your shoes, bro,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, please go, leave. I don't want to see you for the next 6 hours.
Nah, I can't do that. I don't want. I don't know. I mean, it's like I actually enjoy spending time with my wife, though. You know.
Maybe it's the same feeling when you're fishing. You catch the fish and you let it go.
Once they're at
That's
that age, they're old enough to take care of themselves. Let them go.
that's a sport that I appreciate, but I don't get it. I mean, like if I catch the fish, I want to eat it,
Right. Right.
or I want to keep it or take it home.
That's true. That's true. Um, what else happened to me this week? This
Oh,
week was
wait,
kind of.
hold on. Before we move on from there, and you're saying that you're jealous. What would you like?
I'd like to like. I don't know.
Six
I think
hours of
it's
what?
more like I think I'm just jealous that she's more active than me. In regards,
That's just,
like our social lives have completely switched. My social life before was off the hook. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going out, hanging out with people, meeting people all the time, getting drinks, and now I'm just stuck at home. You know, and my wife is the one that has a social life. I think I'm just jealous, maybe.
and the highlight of your week and the thing that you're excited about is, oh, I got a microphone that arrived today.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna try it on the podcast.
Nakakaawa kung tingnan para akong aso or pusa nakaganon
And then
lang.
you're like, hey Noel, can you come early today? I want to test my microphone.
Hey man, it worked out. I love it. Even the
Meantime,
camera is working now. Take a look at that.
it's like, try not to be late this time, okay? I have
Yeah, can we talk about that, by the way?
I have a new headset.
Now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of this shit. Well, what the hell, dude? I don't
Am
care. You're always late. Give yourself enough time. If you know it's gonna take certain time period to like travel from one place or the other, leave earlier.
Yeah, I thought I was early enough. I'm not even going to respond or make an excuse for myself, man.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
I mean,
The
you're
problem is-
seriously like Filipino time all the time. All the time.
Okay.
Oh, well, while you were explaining that earlier, by the way, so you know how when your motorcycle, maybe you should, don't they have maybe those cushions that you can put on top
Of what?
of
The
your
seat?
seat? Yeah, so make it more comfortable. They have those on motorcycles. I know they do
Yeah,
because
I've tried that.
I've seen a lot of like motorcycle people that rides a lot have that. It's like one of those fitted specifically
Yeah.
for your bike, so that it makes your seat bigger
Yeah.
and more comfortable, and it makes the
Yeah.
ride. You know,
Yeah.
have you
But
considered getting one of those?
Dude, I've scoured the internet to find the perfect seat for my bum for my ass. But
Nothing.
at the end of the day, I realized that it's not the seat really. It's the position of your body on the scooter. Scooters are not really meant to be ridden for a long time.
Right.
They're like, you drive 5 blocks and you're done.
Right.
Yeah. So pushing it for an hour, 2-3 hours is really like, it's not just the way your body is.
Well, it's not like a scooter. It's 125 cc's, right?
Yeah. But I'm just saying that it's not really meant for sitting. I mean, the power of the motorcycle is fine.
Yeah.
Strong enough, but
It's the handles and it's the seat. That's what
it's
that
the
is.
it's the distance of the motorcycle, the handlebars, and then the seat,
Right.
sort of the way it's shaped. Yeah, I mean,
Which you
we've tried
can
to-
get an extension for to make your ride comfortable. You can
Yeah,
they're not that expensive. The extensions for the handle or replace the handle itself, they're not that expensive. You can get those to
right.
make you so instead of this like that,
Yeah.
you're
Right.
actually like that.
Like Harley Davidson.
Right.
Like,
Well, I know that's a bit too much though. But
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about though, you know? It'll make your ride, especially that you're going on these rides longer,
Mm.
it's going to make it 100 times more comfortable. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you
But,
should
know,
definitely consider that and invest on that. It's your
funny-
ass, man.
the funny downside, it's the whole ergonomics, the whole body thing. It's not just the handlebars. But funny thing that you mentioned, the motorcycle that I want to get, let's say it would be like really wide, but
Right.
I can't squeeze through traffic with those really wide handlebars.
Oh, that's true. Well, it doesn't have to be wide. It could be higher, more closer to you, so that you can actually
Yeah.
put yourself in a more upright position and
But there
Go on.
is one kind of, it's a little bit more expensive though, but I should say that there is one scooter slash motorcycle that I see around that I think most motorcycle riders would swear that's really comfortable, because like the way, how do I explain it? It's like you know how they explain this whole thing, like your computer needs to be like this much from your eye, and then your
Right.
keyboard is like that. So it's kind of
Right.
like that with, so there's this one or two motorcycles that I see on the road that's
Mhm.
really sort of like, you know how I was joking about it, so your side kind of laid back and your feet, your
Yeah.
knees are a little higher and your feet are a little higher. It's really made for, and the seat is so much wider. It's like you're sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's really made for like long rides, even though if it's just a 150 cc scooter, but it's really made for long rides. But so the one that I have, it's really for like, 5-10 blocks, and it's better. The one that I really like tip my hat off are the guys that are on those mopeds that they're literally just standing up, and it's like so from far away you can hear them.
Oh yeah. Those motorized scooters.
And they look like they're just a stick that's got like a little tiny light, and then it gets closer and closer, and it's like, oh, it's someone standing on a skateboard with a stick on. It's like, and then the closer you get, it sounds like a wait. That sounds like a lawnmower. So I don't know how far or what distance they travel, but I can't imagine riding on one of those for a long time.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, they've actually come up with so many different like attachments for those things that you're talking about, like the mopeds and whatnot, or the scooters. Like there's a seat that you can attach to it now, which kind of defeats the purpose. Otherwise, just get a motorcycle or a scooter,
I gotta tell you one thing to complain about. There's that really noisy scooter sounding one, and then there's the quiet e-bikes that are really getting popular. But there's these sort of 3-wheel e-bikes that it's like how they complain about how your grandmother rides. This one is like really made for your grandma. It's like a wheelchair on the road that's got like electric power. So they're so quiet, you can't hear them. They almost don't have like tail lights or rear lights. You almost can't see them, and they're going really slow.
Right.
And you can't you can't be complaining because it's your grandmother that's actually driving, and you don't want to you don't want to blast her hearing aid off. So
right.
It's just I don't know why they can't, the traffic authorities don't take them off the road, because they're, in my opinion, they're really dangerous because they're so slow, and they're e-bikes, and they don't.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Well, sorry to cut you off real quick. Celeste just actually messaged me that she almost burnt her eye.
Like, how?
I don't know.
Is she in pain?
I don't know, but she's like saying like, "Oh, I got a horror story for you. Burnt my eye." What the hell? Well, I sent her the link. If she wants to get on, she can get on. How do you manage to burn your eye? And she sent a picture. Here, yeah. Well, it doesn't look burnt, but it's like
when
red.
I hear from her, it's usually funny stuff. But I hope it's not. I hope it's not blood, or I can only imagine like her curling iron or something like that.
Probably. Anywho. So what was I saying? I forgot to say something. Oh, yeah. Let me segue real quick. So enough with that. So next time, please don't be late. I mean, try to do your best. Honestly, it's annoying. It's really, really annoying. It sucks. I hate it.
Is this my first verbal warning?
No, this is your 6th.
Yeah. I want to say like we should put money on the tip jar, or whenever I'm late I should give money, but I don't know how much I can stick to that promise.
Yeah.
What?
So what
I don't think
happened
your
yesterday?
microphone's
You
turned
were at
on.
a hotel yesterday, but you said you moved around like 5 million times. Why? I don't understand that.
Right. So in the middle of visiting my son, it made, because I had to like do a couple of errands, so it made sense to just rent a place because I just got the cash, so I spent to decide to stay nearby. And then I woke up the next day still late. We checked in.
Honestly, just to backtrack real quick, I know, and I got a good inclination that you're late all the time, no matter what it is you're doing. It's not just the podcast. What happened? What happened?
Go ahead. Can you hear yourself? Hold on, hold on. Hold
Is
on,
she
hold on, hold
agreeing
on.
with me? If she's agreeing with me, yeah, put her on. If not, don't.
Yeah, always late yan. Hindi lang sa'yo.
I'm telling you. Mukha kang palaging late. Sa totoo lang.
Ako nga naiinis na eh. Siya pa yung galit.
In the call
Tapos,
center, I was only late once or twice.
oh, good job.
A week.
Right. And I bet it's not like you're late for good reason. Most of the time, you're just fiddling around, probably.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
Ah,
It's about feeling uncomfortable. Like when I get there early, I wouldn't know how to handle myself. So I'd rather be late.
that doesn't even make sense whatsoever.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah,
Guilty as
that's
charged.
right. Guilty. Say something I want to hear.
So we walked in the room.
No.
I wasn't even the door wasn't even open yet, and I could smell like either shawarma or some garlic kind of smell. So I was, giving it the benefit of the doubt. Opened the door, and I was like, okay, that doesn't smell right. Like somebody
Maybe
was
that's a
just there.
smell that came from you. You just had shawarma.
No, this is shawarma was tonight,
Oh,
a couple of hours ago. Last night when we checked in, first room that we went to, that we walked into, it smells like like somebody left his aura there.
yeah. The BO. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, we'll see if we can let that fly for a second. And then I opened the door to the toilet, and it smelled like smoke, and it's a non-smoking facility.
Yeah.
So that's where apparently people don't smoke on the windows because there's
They
a
smoke in the
sign
bathroom.
like
Yeah.
if you get caught smoking and people see you on the window, you're gonna get to pay like 5,000 pesos. The bathroom is where they like to smoke because that's where the exhaust fan is.
Right.
So we complained about that. Moved to another room. They were nice enough, And then the second room, the air conditioning was just too loud, like tok 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 tok. There was just something going on with the air conditioning. Third, and so they moved us. As a joke, I said you might want to check the room before we move there. So they checked it. Everything was fine. So we get there, and they were afraid that I'd still be looking for something to complain about. When we get to the third and final room, looking for something to complain about, I'm scratching my head, and I did want to call them and say, why didn't you give us this room in the first place? Like, why did it take two rooms? Why did you give us the worst room, the next worst room, and then now, you know what I mean? Because you'd kind of think as a customer, and they give you a bad room, you kind of assume that, oh, it's Friday, they're probably fully booked.
Right.
So they probably, all the good rooms are probably, gone, occupied.
It's a trick for coming from somebody that worked in the hotel industry for over 10 years. It's actually like
tell me about it.
There's a saying in the hotel industry: the right heads on the right bed for the right price.
Right. So I'm not the mayor. Are they waiting for the mayor to walk in and they'll give them the good room?
Yeah. You start at the bottom. You give the bottom first for a bottom tier rate, and then obviously you move up. Because they might be able to give you that room later on.
Here's the thing. I thought I moved up because it's like this is the third time that we stayed in this hotel in a month. So I thought I was suki already. I thought I was like gaining their trust.
Yeah. What hotel is this?
Go Hotel Timog.
Go Hotel Stimog.
Yeah, there's a lot in Manila, but the one that we went to, which is near my
Quezon City.
client, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's it's a trick. I mean, hotels do that. They give out the old the less attractive room first to see if they can get as much as they can out of it. You know what I mean?
The funny thing was the first two times it was perfect, flawless, no problem.
Right.
This third time that we went there was the one that sort of broke the camel's back
Right.
because yeah, like what you're saying, why'd you give us the bad room? There are I know that there are good rooms. Does it look like I'm here for the first? Does it look like I can't pay for the room?
Maybe you walked in with your ripped shirt.
No, I walked in because I was on a motorcycle. That's the thing. Like
Ah.
people look down on people that have motorcycles here in the Philippines, man. If you don't park your Jeep Gladiator, you're just a poor person with a
Okay, come
motorcycle.
on, dude. Why do you have to do that?
Oh, was I
Really?
talking about you? Was I talking about you?
No, but I'm just yeah, of all the million kinds of cars out there, you had to use that car.
It's my
It's not
favorite
cool,
car.
man.
It's my
Huh?
favorite car. It's my favorite car.
How is it your favorite car? You've never heard of it until I mentioned it.
You know what? Since we've been joking about it and talking about it, I see it all the time. There's always a Jeep Gladiator sighting every day now. Before I'd see one maybe once a month.
Right.
Now there's one every day.
Really? I didn't think it was that popular over there, though.
I didn't either. That's the first thing that I said. Like, oh, I'm not sure if they have this. Is that imported? Is that an imported car here? I'm not really sure if it's apparently I see one now every day.
Really?
See, that's how influential this podcast is.
Mainly a
talked
black
about-
one too is what you see, I bet.
Black and gray. We talked about it on the podcast, and now
Right.
everybody's buying.
Everybody's got it. See, telling you, man, we're reaching. We're going places. Damn it.
Influential, influencer,
I thought
influencer, baby,
influencers. Oh, according to Noel, influential.
influencer. Sup?
What's up? What's up, yo?
Yeah. So that's my. How do you get the best room then? I showed again. I thought I
It
had.
doesn't matter how you walk in or what you walk in with. You
thought
act like you know what you're doing already. You act
think
like
I-
you have money.
That's the bad thing.
No, I'm just that's what I'm saying. That's how you get the good rooms. Also, be nice. You can
Oh, we're
you
nice.
can
Okay. I was complaining about the room, but by the way, the people, the staff, flawless. They were fine. They were apologetic. They were
right.
they were tipped up on their toes. They were
Right.
It happens. But again, like I said, when I found out on the third room that room existed, like perfect, flawless, no problem. It's like, why didn't you give us that in the first place? That's the one
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
pissed me off. So
I kind of miss dealing with people like you back, when I used to work at a hotel.
how do you categorize the people? Like what kind of people walk in?
Bunch of bitches. I mean, meron yung mga mayayaman, meron yung mga snabero, meron yung mga mukhang katulong, meron yung mga trying hard. That's where you fit in.
Trying hard? How am I trying hard?
Probably. Huh?
How am
I
I
don't-
trying hard?
I don't know. I mean, for crying out loud, nagbibiro lang siniseryoso man. Diyos ko naman.
So you walk up front desk. So good evening, Mr. Refresho. How can we are
No,
you
you
checking in for the night?
never do that. I mean, it has to be as homey as possible. No matter what level of hotel that you work in, there has to be the greeting alone has to have the comfort feeling and the welcoming feeling.
Right. So I'm front desk. You walk in. What do you do to convince me to give you the better room?
Me as a customer,
Yeah. So good evening, Mr. Refresho. Nice to see you here again.
Yeah, well, I mean, you first of all, you need to walk in like you already that you have that aura that you stay at hotels all the time.
Which is what?
Okay,
Give me an example.
I don't know. Like, hi. So I have a reservation for today, and I was wondering what kind of amenities do you guys have that's going to be suitable for my stay? If it's a short stay, depending what it is, yada yada yada,
Mm,
or
mm. So
you know,
based on your questions, you don't act like it's your first rodeo.
correct. I mean, anong kasama? You act like you know the amenities already. You act like you stayed at the hotels and you know the value that you're getting. Obviously, if you're staying at a cheap hotel, then it shouldn't matter, and you can just whatever.
I get it. I got it. I
Pero ang
appreciate
daming
that.
like I do miss working in a hotel. I gotta admit that I worked
I
for in a
asked
hotel for
naman.
like
I asked naman sa hotel.
ano yan?
Didn't hear her saying that she asked. What did you
Yeah.
ask? What do you mean?
Amenities of the package, mga ganun. But, yun pa rin yung binigay. Sabi ko nga, suki mo na ako.
Yeah, it was the first time that we saw that guy on the front desk. He knows that we've checked in there before.
Mm.
Tapos, binigyan pa ako ng coupon.
Yeah, they gave us a coupon since we were there like the second time and the third time.
Right? Not
Did you use it on the third time? Did you use a
Yeah, we got
coupon?
we got a little discount. So yeah, so
Okay, then
that's the one where
don't complain.
that's why they gave us the room because we used the coupon.
Yeah, that's why you got the crappy room first because you got you used a coupon or a discount code or whatever. Don't complain.
Interesting.
Obviously. I mean, it's just like ano
Interesting.
ba? Ganun talaga. If it's a crappy room or if it's a little bit obviously there's always an issue to some of these rooms. They're gonna try to sell that to the people that are paying the less.
Interesting.
If you're paying if you're getting a room for free, why would I give you the best room?
Oh
See what I'm
yeah.
saying?
By the way, the first room I noticed was 2 feet smaller than the other rooms.
So
I could
That's-
tell because
two feet is a huge difference.
there was like on the side of the bed there was one like night table, the other one didn't have, and
Yeah.
usually they have both night tables on both left and right side.
Yeah.
So I know it's like that's 2 feet less than
Mm.
the other rooms.
Oh man, it sucks. And everybody that works sa hotel, lalo na ang mga front desk,
Mm.
they know if there's a specific issues with certain rooms.
Mm.
When I was at the front desk, I knew everything and that specific issues at the any rooms. Kasi, like I said, you want to get rid of the rooms that you can get rid of to the lowest people
Yeah.
or
which-
lowest price.
or
I
here's the
shouldn't
bad
say
thing. Here's the bad thing. Go hotels, if you're listening, your staff, they did a flawless job, except for one thing. When one of the ladies said, "Oh, that's sorry about that. It's a housekeeping issue or it's a housekeeping problem."
Oh, that's the worst you can say.
Don't pass it on, right?
Yeah, don't just apologize for general things and
Yeah.
don't point fingers, especially in the hotel.
Yeah.
Your housekeepers are the ones that's gonna help you.
Yeah. So they threw the housekeeper under the bus.
Yeah, exactly. Walang ginagawang mali yung tao or magkamali man lang. Bakit ipapasa mo yung blame? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That was the one thing that huh? Yeah, pagsabihan nila, pero don't tell the customer that it's the housekeeping's problem or that's
Exactly.
housekeeping fault. Like
Because
we complained, we complained to a waitress one time about food. It mess ups happen sometimes. Oh, the chef, blah blah blah. It's like, don't tell me that it's the chef's
No.
fault. I
In
know that
a
it's the
service
chef's fault.
industry like that, it's supposed to be as one. You're
Yeah.
working as one. If it's the chef's fault, it's your
Mm.
fault. If it's housekeeper's fault, it's front desk fault. That's how it's supposed to be,
As a customer, it feels like you just passed on my letter.
Right.
Like you dismissed it.
Right.
Like just own it and tell them, oh, okay, I'll tell the manager, I'll tell the chef or
Right.
whatever. But don't say it's not my fault. I'm just a waiter here.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
just a doorman.
That's the worst you can do. That actually, I have to admit that one of the things that for Filipinos that work overseas a lot, especially in the hotel industries, I have to admit the Filipinos that I've encountered with working in hotels have been the most accommodating and helpful people ever. So we go down, like I said, why I equate to that is from personal relations, like we go down to Florida all the time. We go down to almost twice a year for like the past 7 or 8 years. And quite a number of times, there's a lot of Filipinos in Orlando. It's a there's a Filipino that helped us, right? And you could tell the big difference, like
wait. Are you happy to see another Filipino, or are you annoyed to see another Filipino?
no. Well, see, that's that's a
say,
good
"Uy,
question. Okay, kasi
kababayan, pare.
no, ideally it would be nice like that. Okay, first you could get a Filipino front desk person that could be the most accommodating person ever. One of yung Filipino na the welcoming and helpful attitude, or a good host really translate to that person's job. On the flip side of that, you could also get the kind of Filipino worker na tamad that will just get you out of the way as quick as they could.
Because you're Filipino?
No, because of the Filipino mentality where you're too lackadaisy or you're too relaxed, which means translates to your work na parang natatamad ka magtrabaho. You know what I mean? Mas gusto ko pang nasa bahay nakikipag-inuman type of deal.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah. So,
yeah, Florida.
Right. Well, I've actually, unfortunately, we've experienced that on both experiences with two types of Filipino workers in Florida. Okay, like for one, let's start with a bad one. So there's this lady working at the front desk. I'm not gonna name the hotel. No, actually, I will. No, I'm not. I'm not because we go there a lot. We've stayed there multiple times, and just in case na all of a sudden mapanood mo ito, ayoko namang i-kick out mo kami or bigyan mo kami ng like maduming kwarto, But anyway, so this is actually one of those hotels where I had an incident with, where we're gonna go through, okay?
Incident?
Yeah, like I had an accident where I ended up with 8 stitches on my head.
Oh,
yeah.
Nobody went on labor.
No. So nag-check-in kami. We checked into the hotel, for our vacation. This was years ago. And it was a Filipino lady that was helping us at the front desk. And you could tell that she was kind of picky with who she was helping. Okay. And this is the case where it's one of those Filipinos who, just because you're Filipino, they don't want to bother help you as much. They were helping a different culture in front of us, or she was helping. And then when it was, and she was very attentive, explaining this, explaining where to park, showing the map of the facility and whatnot. But when it was our turn, it was really rushed, right? So we were checking in. My wife was being kind and courteous and patient and all that stuff. And this lady was just really rushing us. Like, oh, okay, so this is the stay. Didn't explain any of the amenities or the things that you could do around the hotel. Just literally, you need this, you need that. Here's your key. My wife asked for extra keys because there's 4 of us. She was asking for extra keys, and she just did not even. Oh, how many do you need? What?
Nice.
No, we can only make 2 keys. We had to say, no, you can make 10 keys if you want. If we ask for 10 keys, you give us 10 keys. It only costs you 3 cents for these keys because it's one of those cards, ba?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, and then she hands us a map of the property, where the parking lot is, where's the best way to park. She didn't even explain any of that. She, so when we tried to ask her, parang, Sige. Okay. Kailangan dito pag
But wait, you've been there several times, so you would know the property already. You don't need the
yeah, that was the
5 minute
first.
tour.
This story is from the first time
Oh, nice.
that we've stayed at that property.
Okay.
You know.
Like, sorry, a while ago I was asking the lady at the menu, like, that's our first time to eat there. Like, what do you suggest? You know, tapsilog kung gusto. Sige.
See,
Am,
nakakabuisit.
am I bothering you for asking to be that I'm interested in your menu?
Right. It's like if you're gonna be like that, kung ganyan ang ugali mo, bakit mo pa ginagawa? Di
And
maghanap
my
ka na-
question, I was, anong bestseller dito? What do you suggest? What's the bestseller in this menu?
Oh,
Kahit na ano dyan, tapsilog pa. But at the end of it, after I got the shawarma, I should have taken her word for it, right?
right. You should have probably. That's your fault. So, but that was just one of the experience, But another time, this is more.
Wait. You're not gonna get away with that one.
Okay.
How
All right.
did you get stitches?
Oh, so this was another visit to the same property, basically.
Oh,
It was the same property, same resort that we stayed at. It was a different time frame. Basically, I was in the shower. I slipped because the shower usually has one of those in the bathtub. It usually has those mats, those non-slip mats, but you don't slip. Well, this bathroom didn't have any. I was in the shower. I slipped, and those little porcelain things that's connected to the wall where the soap goes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Oh, good.
I
thing
literally
you didn't
broke
crack your
that.
head open.
I did crack my head open. Right here. I had 8 stitches going down. It was like, so I
wait.
hit my head. I slipped. I hit my head.
No, hold on. Stitches are for the skin. I'm talking about cracking a bone, like your skull.
Oh, no.
open.
Yeah, no. I didn't crack my skull,
Yeah.
but I hit it hard enough where there was a huge gap in my skin where you can almost see everything inside.
Oh, and you broke the
And obviously the soap thing, yeah. Well,
soap
when I
dispenser.
slipped and hit my head, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then I was like that. And then when I stood up, all of a sudden everything I saw because of the shower was red.
Yeah. Wow,
And that's
nice.
that's what scared me.
Did you get a free room?
No, not even. They didn't even want to move us at first.
Because you made a mess.
Yeah.
You made a mess.
Well, no, I didn't make a mess. I was actually very careful about things, They had to call the ambulance. They had to go through the back of the hotel and whatnot. They lifted me, put me in the ER. And the crazy thing is, in Florida, so they stitch me up, right? But if you're not a resident of Florida, they can't administer those really big or strong medication. Yeah. They literally stitched me up and gave me Advil.
You mean
That's
you're
it.
talking about strong painkillers?
Yeah.
Morphine?
Nah, nothing.
I mean, that's what you're saying, that you're not allowed to take
In Florida,
morphine.
if you're not a resident of Florida, they can't administer it to you. So
Interesting.
all they could do was stitch me up, bandage it, and gave me Advil. And that was it. And then, I mean that's probably the worst experience I had in the vacationing because
Did
we
they
had
give you a lollipop on your way home at least?
not even. They couldn't even give us a ride back to the hotel.
Oh.
But yeah, and that's it. I mean, needless to say, that was the last time we've ever stayed at that hotel. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saving the name because in case you plan to go back there.
We might still, just because it's a nice resort. It's a nice resort.
If they change management.
Yeah, and those multiple times that we've stayed there, we've actually stayed there because the rate was really, really, really cheap.
Bro, speaking of cheap, quick comment on what I was complaining about the other day or laughing at, or anyway, I brought up the fact that they're having electricity problems or whatever at the international airport here.
Yeah.
thing that I forgot to mention about that, speaking of complaining about hotel rooms, is that the stranded passengers are, they have no choice. A lot of them are from the provinces. They stay at the airport. Bro, back in the days, like when my parents were managing the airport, automatic, you throw them in a hotel for
Yeah,
free
exactly.
because it's your fault that you screwed up their flight.
Right.
But no, dude, the airport right now looked like a refugee camp because of all the stranded passengers.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it sucks nowadays. I mean, that happens here too now. A lot, actually, especially during this holiday season when there's bad weather. Man. There was actually a video that went viral. I think it was Southwest or United where
Sorry. You mean it's not automatic anymore that they throw the guests in a hotel?
No. Hell no. And sad to say, the people at the counters for those flights and whatnot at the agents at the airport, it's not their fault. They have limited access or limited powers to what they're allowed to do to satisfy a guest, Now, but like you said before, if you're canceled, sure, you get a room. Now you stay at the airport or figure out your way home and whatnot, and it's annoying, But going back to what I was saying, another experience with Filipino front desk agent at the one times that we went on vacation in Florida. Nicest lady ever. She was just very detail oriented. I mean, she even told us like, oh, if you go in this direction of the hotel, if you turn here, you have the ice machine, the vending machine, yada yada yada. If you go down and turn left, there's the bowling alley, the cafeteria, whatever. And also she was like, if you want to go to Filipino restaurants, just call me. I'll give you directions where to go. Yada yada yada. It was great, out of her way ba talaga. Typical Filipino hospitality.
Galing.
Yeah. Ganun lang talaga eh. I mean, mga Filipino naman kasi, wherever.
I'm remembering my American friend's comment about Filipino hospitality. He couldn't help but notice. He couldn't help but notice how like we sing the language. Like, hi sir, how are you today? You want to go to the Filipino restaurant? Just let me know.
Right.
You have to sing. Okay, salamat.
Ganun talagang mga Pilipino naman, di ba? Actually, napansin ko sa lahat ng mga videos na I'm watching, like I said, this Travelscapes. I sent you that link, right? The Travelscapes guy, Jonathan.
I watched a couple of his videos,
Yeah, but I'm kind of been watching on that a lot. And all these people that he's running across here just seems like they're really nice. And like you said, they're like, hi, sir. Welcome. Are you a blogger?
If you're holding a camera, people are nicer.
Well, is that really the case? I don't think so. I think most of the time people are just nice at least.
At first, I was scared or find it annoying, but generally, I think people find it fun or it's like an icebreaker kind of thing when you have a camera and like, hey, let's take a picture.
Yeah. That's true, though. That's true.
So it's a nice thing. I mean, like, I think we Filipinos, well, people here in the country, in the Philippines, generally, I think find it fun. Like, uso pa yung kodakan. Are you familiar with that? Like,
no.
Picture. Everybody's like, oh, picture. Like, sometimes I'm not even part of the group. Oh, I want to join. And they're like, who's this guy?
On the background.
Yeah. Photo bombing. But, just for fun. But,
yeah.
But generally, like, people still like, oh, let's all take a picture together.
Right.
That's a general thing. I mean, I make fun of it as a Filipino thing, but is it like that also there?
No, I told you, it's like here
non-Filipino friends.
No. I mean, it's like if they see you with a camera, it's like their first inclination is like, don't take a picture of me, type of thing.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
because like it's almost like you're all eating together. Uy, kain na na. It's like let's all join in. It's like a
no,
something that we're all doing together.
no.
It, and it's the whole spirit of doing one thing together all at the same time. Which if it's not eating, it's all taking a picture. Like be part of the group photo.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's everybody's doing it all at once, but like for example, if we enter, this is one thing that I only 99% of the time this only happens to Filipinos that I encounter with when they're eating. Okay, when you walk into somewhere and you approach somebody from a group of Filipinos that's eating or a Filipino that's eating, 99% of the time it's like, "Ah, kain tayo." Like
Yeah.
they'll invite
Yeah.
you to join them. Here, that's almost non-existent. Almost. A
Right.
very, very small percentage of an actual person like, come join us to
It'll
eat.
be creepy. It'll
Yeah.
be creepy. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh.
It's I don't know. I mean, that's one of the things that Filipinos here. Actually, no matter where Filipinos are all over the world, a lot of the Filipinos end up just being
Hospitable.
hospitable. Yeah. Somebody said somewhere that I heard, Filipinos are the most hospitable people in the world. I've heard
Yeah.
multiple people say that. I've heard Anthony Bourdain say that. I've heard a lot of these bloggers that say that. I don't know if I'm 100% there yet, but yeah, for the most part, I think so. That could be said for.
I heard another Westerner say something like, for someone, for a country or for a group of people that have so little, they appreciate so much.
Yes. Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And then another comment, which is not necessarily talking about Filipinos, but humor in general, like it's a sign of intelligence
Yes.
or a sign of like a certain level of complexity, because you can take things lightly and joke about it and joke about yourself and make fun of yourself, make fun of the situation.
Well, yeah, and then because of that, the flip side of that is when people are able, when Filipino, again going back to Filipinos, when they end up getting something, they appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Again, not every Filipino is like that. Don't get me wrong.
I wonder if that comes from the colonial mentality that we've been sinakop ng mga dayuhan, that we were colonized by the Japanese, the Americans, and
yeah, it's like
the Spanish.
survival mode, ba talaga. Filipinos, like I said, that equates to something that I wrote, like I wanted to talk about, that we've been talking about, and I've said before that Filipinos are like chameleons. They adapt to every environment that they migrate to.
How? Why? Where do you think that's coming from?
You just said it, from all these settlers that have basically colonized the Philippines. That's why the best description of somebody said this again in the blogs, the vlogs or blogs that I've been hearing. Filipinos, the best description of Filipinos is halo-halo, because we're a mix of everything. And that being said, allows a Filipino to adapt to almost any kind of environment that they are in, which
and
is
the best.
Sorry, go ahead.
And maybe the best thing about the halo-halo is we know it's got ube. We
May langka.
The nice, that's the special one.
Exactly.
And ice cream on top.
No, I hate that. I don't like the ice cream on top.
I think something to say about the halo-halo, maybe not for all, but most halo-halo Filipinos, I think, is like the good parts of the halo-halo. Because you can get a halo-halo that's not all good. So we can get like all from different like cultures, and then we get the good ones, I think.
Right.
when we can. Not always, of course, but 99.9% maybe. I think that's the good side of the Filipino culture or spirit,
Yeah. Yeah.
where we yeah, halo-halo nga. There's it's all different, but we're also and at the end of it, it's all about fun and diba? That's the spirit of
Yeah.
the halo-halo also, is that you're
Absolutely. No,
we're-
the spirit of
we're-
that is comfort, and like you said, having fun. Because it is fun, but at the same time, it's comfort food.
yeah.
Because like I said, like that being a characteristics of Filipinos, especially overseas Filipinos in Dubai, in Kuwait, in Africa, in Europe, in America, and Latin America, whatever there may be. They are able to assimilate themselves and to adapt easily into the community that they put themselves in, because it becomes survival mode. But they don't look at it as a survival mode. They look at it as like another adaptation of themselves, an extension of themselves to wherever it is they're going. And then from there, it's either they build their Filipino culture within that community, or just try to adapt and assimilate to the community that they're in,
Like
which
there's
is
an
great. And
others.
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's like there's an others first mentality to it.
Yeah.
Like I'm a guest here, so I know that I'll adapt to your culture first instead
Right.
of forcing mine in.
Right.
I'll figure out makibagay ka muna ba sa Tagalog. Like you kind of adapt to that culture first, and then I'll bring in my culture, and then
Right.
I'll offer you adobo and halo-halo if you want.
And that's what makes these Filipinos amazing, because as soon as they adapt to it, they're able to figure out a way to infuse themselves or their Filipino culture into it. I love that about the Filipinos. Everywhere you go, there's a Filipino. I even saw, what episode was that? Andrew Zimmern, when he was in Alaska. Alaska, of all places. There's a Filipino there.
That's one of the first lessons that I learned when I moved back here. I should say that back in high school, last time we saw each other, late 90s.
Yeah.
When I moved back, I had like so many like ideas. I want to do this video and then do that theater production and that kind of thing. And then one of my friends, or I don't know how it was slapped in my face, but basically, yeah, those are good ideas. Pero, makibagay ka muna.
Exactly.
Like show that, like, yes, those are great American ideas because you're from San Francisco. Pero makibagay ka muna. Parang like show maybe in another way, that's like saying, show us first that you're not a threat and that you know how to adapt to us, and then share us your idea.
Right.
Like show us first that you eat rice and balot, and then talk about your hamburger and Hungarian sausage or whatever it is that you eat.
Okay.
Yeah. So and that was I think that was a good lesson. I mean, it's a good thing that I didn't have to learn it the hard way, but I was just so impatient. Like, I was working at the radio station. Yeah, so I was like, oh, this is what I used to listen to. You remember 106 KMEL?
Yeah.
When we were in high school, that was my thing. So, they used to do this and they did that, and this is how they. And then there's like, yeah, that's great, but makibagay ka muna. Like, join our group first. Show us that you can be like one of us, and then that's when we sort of infuse your ideas.
Right. Good said. Well put. Well, I think that's where we end today. That's a good way to end things. It's a good conversation. I like that last thing that we talked about. It was very, very interesting. We are look. Alexa brought me my meal. Noel calls. She was joking last episode that he calls Christine Alexa, because you know how I have Alexa to turn off the light.
The joke was more that I don't remember who to call, like my grandmother. Alexa, June, Andrea, Christine. Like, sino nandyan? Ano paalam mo ulit?
Siri.
Siri ba yan? Siri?
Well, that being said, thank you guys. I hope this one works out for you guys. Appreciate your time. take a listen, like, share. Hopefully, Noel won't be late on the next one. That remains to be seen. Anyway, any last words?
You know what the problem is? Probably if we say like, oh, we'll start at 8. How many minutes do you want to be ready before?
I want to be ready at 8.
All right. No, but you want to be like do technical checks and all that like at 7:30
We should,
or
yes.
or
Or 7:45 at least, you know?
Okay. Because when you say 8, that means 7:59 in my head.
Okay, well, Jesus Christ.
So if you wanted 7:30, tell me 7:30, not
Okay,
8.
7:45. Okay, 7:45. Like
Okay.
on Wednesday or Thursday for you, it's 7:45 in the morning.
Miscommunication here. You
All
know?
right, so blame it on miscommunication. Whatever. That being said, thanks,
Always
guys.
good.
Appreciate it.
Always good seeing you, brother.
Yeah, likewise, likewise. Again, this is the Flip Side with Jay and Noel. My name is Jay.
Name's Noel.
We'll check you guys later.
On the flip side,
Peace.
in the Middle East.
Okay. Catch us on the next episode on the Flip Side with Jay and Noel. New episodes uploaded on Wednesdays and Saturdays.